It hasn't started yet.
Not yet. Now we're
And
live.
go live. Good morning, everybody. It's the Tesla Tracker and the great Mattsby, and we're just going to give you a couple of seconds here to get through your ads on YouTube before we really get started. Um, my poor wife, she caught like a bad flu or like a bad cold, almost a flu. I've been like getting up and making her like this ancient Chinese herbal remedy. It's basically just it's fresh grated ginger, fresh lemon squeeze juice, and honey. Like, and you just add as much as you can stand or as much as you like to drink to really hot water, not boiling. And she's been sucking those down for the last couple days. And she was actually on the couch next to me, but then she decided that she would move so she wouldn't be coughing through the show.
Yeah, I think that's beneficial. Yeah.
Yeah. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing today?
Good. Yeah. Excited to see this Tesla down pre-market. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, it's going to pull back just a little bit. And what's even nicer to see is the God candle coming up from
Yeah.
the island.
Well, I guess we'll just start with Tesla since
Sure.
that's the
Question of the day.
the hot topic around here.
Should we be buying pre-market? Should we be selling pre-market? What should we
Well,
do, Matt?
well,
What should we do?
this is what's important right here is this monthly candle. Look how beautiful that looks. A big long wick.
Oh, gorgeous.
Big long wick. So
That's the market trying to take everyone's shares all the way down from
yeah,
220 all the way back
yeah,
up
and
to where we are
they
now.
did a good job at taking a lot of retail shares because Meet Kevin out there caused a lot of panic by saying he's going to buy at 150 after the 1010.
Boo.
Boo! Yeah, I don't want to listen
Boo.
to that guy. Unsubscribe. Subscribe to this.
That's
Yes.
right.
And what I'm really looking at for this weekly candle close right now today is we're going back to the linear scale fibs now, the 258.15. So this is the target that you can see it's been struggling with for a long time. It hasn't really closed a weekly candle since October 23rd, but it did do one here. Now it's got a V bottom and a potential to close back above today. So this is what I'm focused on. 258.15. It's really close to that right now. And if we just go to the daily chart just to see what's really cooking underneath right now, yeah, it's kind of just exploded higher. So it has room to kind of retest levels. 4-hour chart is showing that it did break out of the cloud. I mean, could it come down all the way back to 239? I mean, it's possible, but I don't think that's going to really be likely. I think it might just maybe go down to the low 250s possibly today, perhaps even lower. But I think that's going to be the new opportunity because once you see this kind of breakout, basically on every time frame, weekly break above every resistance, daily break above all resistance with one candle, like 4-hour breaks above all resistance. It did even on the 4-hour, it kind of broke above all resistance in one or two candles. Like this is kind of a serious move, and
Serious move.
you got to take it seriously. And this is something, in my opinion, no matter how big the retrace is this morning, this is something that should not be faded. Right, this is something that has strength, and I think this has potential to go into the 270s and 290s and much higher. So,
All right.
and
I put out a report this morning on Tesla. Let's see. Let me pull up my Tesla charts.
Here we go. There you go.
Actually, wait. I think it's this one here.
Oh, you weren't ready.
No, I don't. I was listening so intently, and I wanted to see what your levels were on your chart.
Kat says, "Take it seriously." Yes, take it seriously.
Yeah, seriously. All right, here we go. So here's a 1-hour Tesla chart, and you can see back here, this 271 is the price to beat. We've been in this consolidation triangle pattern ever since then. Let me just actually you stay there. Well, I'll just mention this right here. We had a price gap down here on the way down in earlier October, and then on the daily, it's going to show a price gap on the way up. Well, the two gaps are complementary, so they don't need to fill each other. One complements the other. There doesn't have to be any kind of price action that comes back and fills down the gap from yesterday's open. So do not worry about that. I'm just going to hide this from this. Come on, be faster. This is a 1-hour chart. Okay, So we've been in this consolidation pattern, and we've tested right up to the top resistance line. You can draw it from 271 to this 264, and then just right where we kind of ended up, right just underneath it. But getting closer, it looks to me like I think this is going to go right for 271. Before the election, I was thinking yesterday might approach it asymptotically, but I think we might just get right up to it, and then next week get over it, test back to it, and then it could be it could be 300 that we're stuck under until the election. Just like Bitcoin, I'm about to tell you, is going to be stuck under an all-time high. I think before the election is concluded. So yeah, what else do I want to tell you about this chart? Tesla, 15 minutes. Yeah, let's just do a quick retrace. Hypothetically, I don't think it has to retrace at all. I think it could have found support right here at this large degree 38.2% fib extended off the 101 low, and then it could just get over it, back test it, and then move higher. If it was going to retrace back to any percentage of what we just had, let's pull this back to here.
We have a special guest on the show now.
Oh, do we? Who is it? Who is it? I can't see.
Is that special guest available to speak? Yeah, maybe his microphone's not working. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Yeah. So if it faints, if it like a full 3-wave test back would take it back to 231.33. I don't believe that's going to happen. See what it would look like. 382, 236, 618. I think at worst, at the very worst, it might come back to 243.08 just to make it look like it's going to do 3 waves down and then like just leap back up again. But honestly, I think that this is the 2-week Ichimoku cloud I drew by hand, so I could see it on any time frame. I think this is going to hold support, and that is right at 252.68. So I should just I'll put an alert right here. If it gets below 252.58, then I'll have some updates for you guys. But I'm just looking for Tesla to keep going up to 271 next. And I do not advocate you trade, swing, sell, only buy Tesla. If there is a dip, just buy more if you wanted more. Otherwise, just hang on to what you got.
Yeah, enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Because I still see 330 by the end of the year. This line right here goes to 330 let's go by the 4-hour chart. By the end of the year, and we're getting very much close to it again. See, we were on this trend line up to it, and if once price gets to like 287, 290, then we're right back into this trend line that takes us to 330 by the end of the year.
Right, hello.
Oh, there's our
can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at your 2-week Ichimoku cloud. Please continue.
Okay. Well, I'm done with Tesla. What do you want to do, Matt? You want to do Bitcoin or you want to do something else?
Well, unless Kat has words about Tesla, words of wisdom.
I still think there's a little bit of room. Like if you look at the weekly and monthly Bollinger Band, it's probably going to gravitate to like 270 on the weekly because that's where the upper Bollinger Band is at, and on the weekly, and on the monthly, the upper Bollinger Band is at like 285. I think there most likely is going to be some kind of continuation for it, especially since the monthly Ichimoku cloud is like at the top of the monthly Ichimoku cloud is like at 278. So most likely there's going to be some bullish continuation, even though we did kind of dip down here a little bit.
Pre-market is probably just dumb money retail selling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say about Tesla. Probably some bullish continuation next week is what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
So did your Bollinger Bands tell you 283? Is that what you said?
The monthly Bollinger Band is let me see.
I can pull it up on mine.
The monthly Bollinger Band, upper Bollinger Band it's right around 286.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're close.
286.02. So that's where it is at right now for the month of October.
So. It's just really faint when you can't see. These Bollinger Bands are whack. They're like way on the outside, but this one.
The monthly Bollinger 286.02 and the bottom is 253. Yeah, and it's still Like the top is starting to expand a little bit, but not the bottom.
Yeah, there's going to be room for the run out. It's squeezing right now, and it's starting to expand a little bit. So I think
Yeah.
this is like
yeah.
beginning of a bull trend. But anyway, yep.
I mean, like as far as squeezes go, like the first day squeeze, most people can handle a lot of that, except for the super over leveraged ones. They get the margin calls. By day 2, when it keeps running, that's when things just get nuts. So look, that's why I'm thinking it's just going to run to 271 today.
There's a question for you, Tracker, if you see it.
Sure. Let's see.
They have one
morning,
call option, June 25, 420 strike. What do you think?
Oh my God. Hang on to that. Just, this is what I do. Just watch me carefully. My next big decision point is 291. After we get to 291, let's see if it keeps going or if it starts to pull back. If it starts to pull back from 291, then I'll tell you to sell that call and wait for a new lower low to rebuy it at.
Yeah.
But hang on until Tesla gets to 291, and then let's see what happens. Because it could just keep going.
Well, there you have it. So pay attention to 258.15 for a weekly candle close today. Just see if that can happen. If it can, lots of room to run, and just ignore the pre-market. Or if it does dip a little bit more, it does not really matter because this is a very bullish development now. What's happening? So things are likely to be cooking. So I guess I'll just jump into the request.
Sure.
Don't need to do any of the IWM this morning. Why not? Too much excitement with Tesla. So I see I see TMDX on the list here. Let me go here. TMDX. Yeah, so TMDX, it's looking weaker, right? It is up pre-market, but it did lose a level of support. So I'm not sure if it's kind of ready to continue. Just looking at the daily Ichimoku, we can see that it's still well below the conversion line 126. So this is going to be acting as resistance, and it has been ever since it broke down. So it's not a short-term bullish trend yet. So just got to be patient with this one. But there was a green candle yesterday, so possibly there could be some continuation to the 126, 127 zone, but not sure if it's going to be able to break that at least this week. Maybe not next either. So it's got to get above the conversion line first for me to actually see some potential to start to rebound. But until then, it's just in a temporary downtrend until it finds this new higher low. And then after that, it should be fine.
Yeah, there's a
without even leaving.
There's a potential for it to go down to the weekly Ichimoku too. So
yeah,
which is right around your Gen arc. So
yeah, I've been saying that 105 is probably the target longer term because it had a massive move that is just going to backtest. That's
right.
it.
It's going to backtest that God candle somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And without even leaving your screen, do you have confluence for 215 on your chart? If you look up,
I mean, maybe with the arc somewhere right here. Okay. Or
anyway,
if I change the fibs, do I? 201 if I change the fibs, but that's it.
I've started buying TMDX. I'm just sort of buying this on the way down. I've got a buy zone it's a pretty big one, from 126 all the way down to 108.40, and then my next target after that is 215.68 for about a 71%. I'm sorry, a 74% gain from where it is right now. It went all the way down to 108, 109. It'd be like 100% gain. So start. This is a falling knife. I'm kind of getting a grip on.
Yeah, but on the high time frame, it still looks really beautiful. It just got overextended. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. there's a caveat though. The monthly conversion, it looks like it wants to open up like right at the monthly conversion line right now, and on the weekly, it's also like way up, like it's already went underneath the low Bollinger Band. So there's some potential that it might bounce here. Yeah. None of these is like deterministic. It doesn't have to hit the weekly cloud, but it's something to kind of consider. If it bounces, there's a potential where it bounces from where it is. Yeah. Sure, but there's no guarantee.
Right, and so here's the monthly TMDX conversion line in blue right here. We're just slightly under it, and here's the baseline here in brown, down at 107.08. So yeah, I mean, like this is the kind of like I guess this is the new buy zone, really.
Yeah,
is this where we're at?
But I see 131 as a resistance really right now, regardless. maybe up to 134, because that's the weekly baseline, and it dropped below it. So
I'm jumping ahead to LUNR. I saw LUNR right next to
that's your jam right there.
GMDX. On a weekly chart, this is kind of a cool chart because they had, this incredible high, all-time high, right? And so I'm just doing retrace degrees back to that all-time high. Actually, no, I didn't even do a retrace. I just did this is just a fib extension going up. So, yeah, I'm looking for 1243 is my next target. And like where price is right now, this is going to be support later. So it'll go up to 1243, maybe come back to 776, and then on up to 286 next.
Man, you
So
got
I like
you got
this
a
one a lot.
katana there. You got a katana separating out.
Oh yeah. Look right here. This is what
It's
Cat's
pretty
talking about on the
beautiful.
weekly chart.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna go higher.
I don't know. Maybe it won't even come back to the 3.2, but this makes sense. This is usually what it does. 76432, and you can see this is also the top of the cloud right here. That's printing. All right, what we got next?
I'll switch to mine real quick. It's going to be Wolf, and Wolf here. After their offering that they did, the private offering, that's the stock has been very, very stable. This is a very bullish chart, extremely bullish. So not sure if it's going to come back down to my orange level at 560s there, but it is a possibility. And if it did happen, I think that would be a great opportunity. But it looks like it wants to close the week above it. It looks like there might be some continuation and follow through, especially if Bitcoin continues to do well. And next week, the angle up there does sit at 873, but there is some resistance before that with the 200-week moving average at 712. So I expect this to be hit. I expect that to get hit probably soon, maybe next week or the week after or sometime, right? But not sure if it's going to blast through right away. But if it follows like Sofi's lead, then possibly it can, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Lots of stocks are not slowing down with resistance right now. And if Bitcoin breaks out, then the miners most likely will not either. So we got to watch Bitcoin.
For those who don't know, TeraWulf is a Bitcoin miner.
If you change these Ichimoku to the Super Ichi, you cannot be that bearish on this chart. I know a lot of people are kind of like selling up, rotating because of the offering, but yeah, if you switch the Ichimoku to Super Ichi, you see what I'm talking about. Like it's really kind of beautiful.
I've got on the daily chart. I've got a katana going on Wolf.
Yeah, it just held the cloud perfectly.
Look at how beautiful that is. Like it flipped the Super Ichi from resistance to support. Like this is it's right at the arc.
I don't like to rotate things strength into like laggards. I don't like that. But Cypher is also not a laggard. It's blown up. But CLSK, it's still lagging behind. I think it has a lot of catch up to do, but just not sure when it's ready to break out. But like this chart right here, it's above all resistance except for one. And other charts are still stuck under a lot of resistance, like Mara, like CLSK, like that. So the strongest ones are my favorite, but I already did take profits on this one anyways because I saw resistance, but it just blasted through it. So.
All right, throw me to Wolf real quick, and I'll show everyone, people who saw we did this yesterday as well. TeraWulf. You can see right here, here's a katana on the daily Ichimoku cloud, the baseline and conversion line moving up in tandem. My target for this is simply $10.07 next. I'm going to give this a nice 261.8% fib extension. And this is going to be a wave 5 top for me. It'll be an ABC consolidation. Then all of this will become the wave 1, and the consolidation will be the wave 2, is what I'm thinking from this chart for TeraWulf. So this should start to look like a melt up. Maybe you'll see exactly what Matt said for resistance around 712, somewhere near the 707. But yeah, I think my chart says it's going to top out about $10.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, speaking of a melt up, we got GEV on next, and this is the definition of a melt up. And this is the only thing I think I need is this high to that low fib, and it did hold this 2618 perfectly for a week. So I think the melt up could continue to the 323. So this thing has a powerful parabolic move right now. And don't know if it's going to stop anytime soon, but I do see continuation up to 323, but it is getting pretty extended, guys. So I do not like to chase, and the weekly conversion line does sit at 238, so it's kind of far away right now. But so that means there could be volatility, right? There could be a lot of volatility, especially to the downside, but the trend is your friend still, and I think 323 could be next.
You don't have to throw to me, but I'll just say, as far as GEV goes, there's the next monthly resistance pivot point is the R2 at 304.81, so it might slow down right around there. And then it's no, it's the 25th. Yeah, I mean the next R3 on the monthly is 350.99. I don't think we'll get there before it's the next month, and we'll have a new set of pivots.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's hard. This is a falling knife going up.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man. Dangerous.
This is one of those charts I can see it going up like a little bit more, but the risk reward ratio just isn't there for me.
Yeah,
like,
it's not there for me either.
This one
continuation, but yeah.
This one you might want to wait for the pullback and then ask us again later.
Yeah.
Actually, once it just starts to see a top, you can ask again, and I'll tell you how far I think it'll retrace. Oh wait, what was the number you gave, Matt, for
323.
323.
Yeah.
So all you do is do a retrace back towards oh my god, where does it go? Here, right here. So if it did stop at 323 and start coming back down, a 50% retrace would be 236.74. A full 618 would be 216.27. So I would say your buy zone. Want to start catching this falling knife between 257 and 216.27
for GEV, not this one that I'm on. That's on screen right
now.
now.
All right, so for GEV, Yep. All right, take it away, Matt.
So TDS is this? There's a question. Wondering if we could look at it if it has more room to run, and I'd say yes. Right, judging by the log scale fibs alone, it did break out bullish engulfing and a successful backtest this week. And it is basically flat pre-market, but as long as 2757 holds on week-to-week basis, it can build a base at a higher level and go higher. So the chart is bullish. I don't need other indicators to show me that. So it is breaking out, higher highs, higher lows. If I do go to the linear scale fib, though, for the same thing, from the all-time high to the all-time low, it is kind of at resistance. So it's like kind of stuck in between the linear and log scale fibs. So maybe we got to break 2987 to get more bullish, but as long as it holds 2757, I think it can break free.
All right, and I just rigged up a TDS chart. I've never seen it before, but I'm ready to show you guys this. Based on a 5-wave structure from the bottom down here near 595, wave 1 at 21, wave 2 at 1360. It's already done the 618 to the 236, so my next target is the 1236 up here at 3197, which has confluence with the weekly R1 of 3205. So that's your sell point, right about 32-ish. And then a typical retrace for this, the wave 4 will probably be kind of long due to the theory of alternation. So you'll have plenty of time to buy back in as it approaches $25 again. And then after that, my wave 5 tops out at 46.84. Actually, that's right. For 2236, 1236. Yeah, 46.84. There you go, TDS. Take a screenshot.
Do you got commentary on that one, Kat?
Nope. Let's move on.
All right, yeah. Hood. We'll go to Hood, and Hood is always good, right? Good in the Hood, and no change at all, right? There's basically no change. People that want to fade it, go ahead and fade it, but it's going to probably follow this 45 all the way up to 31, 32. Then there'll be some resistance up here, but don't fade Hood for your own good.
I love it. And I've got a chart that shows exactly the same thing. Based on a 5-wave extension up, it is working on a wave 1 that can go all the way to 100%. Actually, I think it's confluent because I changed this chart to match yours. I remember this now. So I've got 3205 for the wave 1 top, test back down to 25, and then on up to the 1618, 43 to 36 to 61.
All right. And next is Disney. Do you got a Disney chart for us, Tracker?
I do not. Maybe an old Disney chart. Let me take a look.
I got one ready. I got one ready if you want to work on one.
Go ahead. It looks like it's I have no idea what's going on with Disney. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I actually did Disney on my Patreon. Somebody requested it earlier this week, I think. But what I'm really looking at is, well, before I even show this Ichimoku, is I'm going to show the lifelong GAN history of this since the 1960s, 1968. and like it's been perfectly symmetrical. Like look at this, like up to the orange, to the 45, to the arcs, to the blue arc, then breakout back to the arc, like super symmetrical. And where is it headed? Well, guess what? It's probably going to retest this 45. So it's going to be dead money. This is a monthly chart. This is probably going to be dead money for a while, right? I can see it just floating sideways, maybe until 2026 or something, right before it even goes, or it could just tank before that and earlier and hit it later this year or next year. But there are so many better opportunities out there.
Yeah, Disney felt like dead money for a while. I remember buying it at 100 and selling it at 100, then buying it at 100,
and
selling it at 100.
So this is the 200-month moving average. So let's just draw a line here and see. Oh, if it goes here, let's change the color. Like, yeah, that'll be what, a $93 Disney in October of 2026.
Hey, throw the Bollinger Bands in there on this monthly chart, and it's still under like a flattening 20-month moving average. So
the BBs,
where are the BBs, man?
They're the BB right there.
So
busy. Kind of flat.
So you see the low Bollinger Band. I think it's still possible for it to kind of get back down to a low Bollinger Band too. And then right now it's the 20-month moving average is flattening, but price is still stuck underneath that resistance. So yeah, it might end up going sideways or have like a little tiny bit of lick down. I think the downside is probably limited.
Right.
I think the
I'm calling it now. E. coli outbreak at Disney in 2025.
Well, no, I think downside is limited too, but I think upside is super limited, especially when you even put on the Ichimoku here. You can see that the conversion and baseline on the monthly chart, they're at $100. So yeah, it can go back up to 103, 104, but is it going to really go higher than that anytime soon?
Probably not.
Probably. Mickey Mouse. But this is a clear once you saw it like break all these at one time and then go underneath the cloud and then even go back up to reject the cloud, that was like the time to just run away from Disney. Run away, because it doesn't want to do anything at all.
It's still fun at Disney World, but just don't buy the stock.
Like if you would probably have a better putting it into like an Apple savings account or something to get better.
Or buy PayPal.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's not going to keep up with inflation, and there's better investments out there.
Just buy XRP instead.
I mean, that's a stable coin. Yeah, I think actually it has a better opportunity. Since actually 2020, XRP has like more than doubled. So yeah, I mean, there you go.
Let's see. We got Wolf. We got GEV.
Oh, there's Bitfarms. No, FF.
MicroStrategy.
FFIE is next. Do I have an FFIE chart? Faraday Future Intelligent. Woo. Oh,
it's
hello.
A falling knife. Yeah.
This is Tracker's specialty right here.
Oh yeah, it is actually. Let's see. Taking a look at on the daily chart.
Here, I'll pull you.
No, it hasn't curled up yet. No, this one's still this one's just a bust. Stay away from this until you get like some kind of new high higher than, what the heck? Are you kidding me? This thing's had so many reverse splits. I can't even. No, just run. Do not walk from this stock.
I do think there's some deceleration of the downtrend just because you have like the monthly of 5 kind of more or less inside
This is
candles, but
this is
but
what's
it's a
happening.
falling knife. I mean, I wouldn't get into it.
This is what's
Yeah.
happening. They're getting excited because it went from like $1.88 to like $2.92.
Yeah.
But it has a past doing that. It pumps, then it dumps. It pumps, then it dumps. It's just another pump before it dumps. When it gets to $1, they'll do another reverse split. You just stay away from this.
It has the potential
This
to
is
go
garbage.
zero. All right, next is Crocs. You got a Crocs?
I do have a Croc.
But they spelt it with
wait,
an
this-
A, I think.
How do you spell it?
Did you mean crooks?
Yeah.
No.
The ticker is CROX.
Oh, that's it. With an X.
Uh.
Thank you. Let's see. I had one of my subscribers asked for this chart, and I said, "Oh yeah, this one looks really good." In fact, I think I put it on my list to buy. I can't remember if I bought some or not, but I want to. This one's completed. It's 1-2, and the minor degree 1-2, and it's in the third wave now to 272.38. That's all. That's like another $100. That's like a 90. Let's see. It did have a little pullback since when I analyzed this, it was at 133.75. Now we're down to 130. It's 108% upside to the wave 3 top. So yeah, get you some Crocs.
Give me some
The
Crocs.
lifetime tops, or the whole cycle tops out at 455.
And I see on my chart,
Will always be in fashion.
yeah, it'll be in fashion. And I see perfect breaking out, some back tests going on. Back test of the top of the cloud. It did break below the baseline and the weekly conversion line, but it is going up pre-market, but it's still under resistance. So I'm not going to get super excited about it until it gets back above maybe like 138, 139, then possibly has the potential. Otherwise, it could just drift sideways for some time or down and touch the cloud again and go higher. So just be patient. I don't think it's really ready to break out just yet, but the trend is your friend. And like Tracker said, I think it's going to go higher in the end. But just give it some space, give it some time.
Change it to the monthly. Change it to the monthly, and you see a little bit of a different picture. Look at how nicely the conversion's pushing it. So yeah, you might have a little bit more time.
I think it's more time still, regardless. But this is beautiful. Yeah, it held that 129 support amazingly.
Yeah,
but
it's not a fast mover, but it looks dependable.
Yeah, this looks better than AMD actually right now. but yeah, anyway,
that's about AMD. Yep. Oh no. Okay, fine. There you have it. Bitfarms. And Bitfarms right here it's kind of stuck in between the 50% fib 194 and the conversion line, and it's been stuck for over a month. So basically it is finding like some support there, so that is good, but not sure if it is going to be able to break through this 208 or even the top of my arc there at 215. So it's got to get above 215, I think, to get more bullish for me. Otherwise, there's better miners out there.
Yeah, I agree. There's so many miners to pick from. You don't have to do Bitfarm. If you're in it, you're fine. My target is 381 for the wave 1, the subwave 3 target. That's like a 92% increase from where price is right now. But, Mara and some of the other ones, CLSK can give you more than that. So
it depends on your horizon, because if you like, I mean, I'm not going to show my charts here today, but if you look at the monthly charts, like Mara and Bitfarm basically look the same, based on all the technicals that I'm really seeing. So
yeah, underneath the baseline here.
Yeah, like it's in like the 20-month moving average, and and all that. Like they basically look very, very similar. So like if you have patience, if you're a trader, if you want to trade in and out, you can look at maybe other miners to give you higher upside, sure. But if you're just looking at like the higher time frame technicals on a monthly, it's if you're bullish on Mara, like Bitfarms would do fine.
Yeah.
I want to show you guys my Con-L chart. I just made it last night after following you guys into it.
I got 5 minutes left, so we can just do random stuff. Go ahead.
All right, if we just do a retrace, well, I think someone else had a request for like Sofi and did a breakthrough. But Con-L, if it just retraces back to its all-time high, then it would look like 45.10, 344. I'm sorry, 34.45, and then $62.32 for a typical ABC. It could morph higher though, and do like a crazy 618, 50, 88.2. And then you can see how that looks just like if I did a 5-wave move up from the all-time low to the all-time high and back to 1724 as the wave 2. And that takes us in 5 waves up to $83, back to 60, to 189. Oh, this is it's hard to, this one was really wild. So actually just did a mirror of exactly what it did here. So this one went to 189, drops back somewhere between 123 and 103, maybe around 120, and then goes back for a slightly higher high at 209.76. If we get an exact fractal of what happened here, it might be a different story this time though. So I'll be watching, but that's why I've got 2 things on here. Let's watch for the typical ABC retrace first, and then see what happens. It should move slow enough. I'll be able to track it as it goes.
A 2x long gonna move slow, huh?
I mean, relative to itself. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, this supermodel is only a 9 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. So it's
one of these slow mover double X long ETFs. Yeah. I mean, it just went from 28 to 32 in just like a day. So basically this is on fire. I love Connell.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have done it unless Cat started buying. Then I started looking at the chart and I'm like, holy crap, Cat is onto something. So I need to start buying too. And sure enough, I did. So thank you, Kat. Thank you for convince, because I usually don't do these. I was just going to buy Coinbase more, but I'm like, you know what? This is looking like it's at a bottom and it's going to bounce. So it's going to be better leverage for rather than coin.
Yeah, the next few months. I mean, just let it ride and see what happens. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I see 37 and 42. That's what I see.
Even if you don't get the 2x every day, you're going to get more than 1x over the time span. So it should be really nice. I really enjoy my TSLL, and so this kind of will probably be a lot of fun too.
Nice.
It's the macro story, the fundamentals. It makes sense too, right? As Bitcoin goes up and the excitement goes up, everyone's buying Bitcoin and all of the other cryptocurrency, and the miners only get as much as they were able to mine plus able to hold. But Coinbase, they get all the fees from every single transaction done by every single customer of theirs. So they're just raking it in the whole time.
Yeah, Coinbase is going to be on fire. Connell, maybe I need more. All right, I got time for one more, so I'll just show my Sofi, then you can show your Sofi, and then Kat can say Sofi to 14, and then we can end the show. And so basically, it's looking most likely to close above the 50% level and maybe make its way to this previous high at 1170. So this is going to be my target, 1170. But I want to see it break above this in order to get to the 618 and the orange level above around 1370. So this is super bullish. It was bullish beyond my wildest dreams. I thought it was going to at least get stopped by, well, I thought a long time ago, I thought it was going to get stopped by my 45 first. Then I thought it was going to stop by the 200 in the ARC. And then I thought it was going to get stopped by that. So if this is the trend for the rest of the market, this could be like foreshadowing, right? That you don't want to take profits too early, because I did. I took profits right on my 45 right there, and that was a mistake. So therefore, I admit it. But am I going to chase it now? No, because I bought some Connell, and I'm double X long that baby, so it doesn't matter. But basically, this is really, 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 really bullish chart, and I'm not sure if they're going to let retail back in below 1095 or not anymore, so we're just going to pay attention to that. But it looks super, super bullish. Take it away, Tracker.
Let's just round the 0.618 to 14, shall we?
Yeah. See, I know you were going to say 14.
Yeah.
I got my Sofi chart.
Yeah.
All right. So my target is exactly 1171. Based on a 5-wave move up here, we have this consolidation triangle down here with a low of 601. So the 76.4% of extension is 1171. That's my target. With a retrace typically back to the 382 or 886. And that would close this gap. But if Matt is right and they don't want to let retail back in, then maybe it'll be a short turn and burn off the 618 at 1062. But then my next target after that is 1632. Actually, if this doesn't come back to 886, then it's going to adjust this number up higher. But let's just say I have at least 1549 for the wave 3. back to 1287, and then up to 2236 currently. If this went to the 618, that'd be 25. It's funny how some of these charts start to look like Palantir, the early days of Palantir. Heidi's got a target of 1330 for the top. She doesn't think it's going to stop at 1171. She thinks it'll keep going to the 100% extension. I've got 1347. She's got 1330.
Just rounded up to 14 already.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. We rounded up to 14 already. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Cat's been saying 14 first, so when it gets there, he deserves he deserves all the credit. Yeah.
All right.
No, it's fine. I mean, like, just look at the chart. Ever since this bottom, the bull, I've said this, like, the bulls took the elevator and the bears took the steps. That's what this stock has been doing. So if you buy Sofi when the bears are taking down the steps and hurting their knees and having arthritis, then you get to take the elevator up. That's exactly what I've been doing. So
analogies for days, man. Analogies. Like, you should write a book on stock market analogies. I think it would be a bestseller. You know?
or a graphic novel or a cartoon book.
Don't get
so, all right, Ken, I've got you down for 14. So there's me at 1171, Heidi at 1330, and you at 14 even.
I mean, just look at 2021. Like 14 is a natural target. Look at 2021.
Here's the all-time high right up here at 2831. And all it's doing is it's retesting its way back up.
Right, but the support level that has been holding all year in 2021 was around 14. So it's just natural for it to gravitate up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna want to come right back to there.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'll let Matt go.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys. Got to do my private live stream on Patreon, on Telegram, on whatever. So if you guys want to join, you can join there. But I'll see you guys on Monday
or tomorrow if we do the cat. Are we doing the Catterday?
We'll figure it out. I got to work tomorrow morning.
Okay, no announcements yet. But Matt and I will definitely see you back on Monday.
Yes, for sure. See you guys.
Have a great weekend. Good luck today.